Hi, hello, guys and gals.
Hi.
We are back. Sorry, we had some technical issues. We were a few minutes late. Our microphone wouldn't show up for some reason, and the video kept freezing and all sorts of fun stuff. But let's say hi to everybody. Oh, let's see who all's in the house here. Jennifer Whitewolf is first in the door. Long time, been missing the Sunday Live. Here I am today. First live comment with 12 minutes to go. Neil F is in the house. Frank is here. Mike Adams, Futon 02. Oh, let's see here. Who else here? Di Diz is in the house. Greg Crocker from Omaha. Chile, Omaha. What is the temperature right now? It is, I think it's got to be, well, hold on. Let me ask her. Alexa, what's the temperature outside? It's -7 still. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. All right. We are dealing with the fighting the potential pipe freezing situation. We're in an old house, and the part of the basement, we have actually two separate basements. The part of the basement where the pipes come in is actually newer than the other part of the basement, but it still is pretty cold down there. It's currently 37 degrees down there. We're watching it. I got a temperature thing down there telling me the temperature. It's 37 down there. It's 81 in the house. Why is it 81 in here? Because we have a hole punched in the vent to dump more hot air into that room. So the hotter it is in here, the hotter it stays down there. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the joys of living up north. Frank says, I can't believe lumber is going up. I didn't want to believe it. All signs I saw were it was going to go down. And now it looks like people want it to go up. People in power who pull strings are trying to make it go up. So they are. Neil says, I got that fuzzy feeling again looking at a new welder. Oh, so close to pulling the trigger on that one, huh? Oh, yeah. Nothing like a new welder to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Let's see here. Matthew says, looking at the direct tool sale since I'm now just barely in the Ryobi 18 line, wonder if I should get the two 2 amp hour batteries or the one 4 amp hour battery. I would say you will, in most cases, go do better with a single 4 amp than you will with two 2 amps. Think about it. There's like battery overhead. This is a generalized term, but basically you don't get the full 2 amps out of the battery. So there's overhead. Well, in the 4 amp hour, there's overhead as well. But you're getting more of the battery because you're not paying that overhead twice, so to speak. But really what you're getting better is a deeper well to draw from. It's like having two puddles that are 2 inches deep versus a single one that's 4 inches deep. And if you're using specifically like brushless tools that can take advantage of that deeper dip gets them the ability to use more power. So that's why I would suggest the 4 amp hour. At some point, it becomes a cost benefit ratio between more power and just the bulk of a bigger battery pack. So I can understand wanting to go smaller battery packs as well. Michael says, I see you here. Greg says, Omaha is 6. Woo! Kirk says, evening bears. And Mater's Workshop says that youth cream Jesse is using works really well. It does. If you send her an IM, she can probably tell you where she got it. But the other thing we're using today to help keep us feeling young is treats from trytreats.com. Now, if you remember, they send you treats from around the world. And they sent us a pack from, where was that? Peru was the last one?
Peru was the last one, but I don't remember where this one's from.
All right, we'll set it down here.
Okay.
Let's go through. Let me move some of the junk on my desk. And here, let me see this real quick. You take that. Let me show you what a freshly opened box of Try Treats looks like. So, we've been promising to take a look at these, and it's our last day in Montana before we head back to Nevada for the rest of winter because it's freaking cold out.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Dear the Den Tools, thank you for accepting blah, blah, blah. I've created
Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I've created an exclusive coupon. The Den of Tools, that's capital, like all capitals.
We'll put a link later down below.
Containing a 15% off discount. First box purchased.
Yay! So it's not a subscription, all right? If you sign up for the subscription already has a discount built into it. So if you're just buying one this is that's the way to go. So let's see what we got here.
We have
Let me see.
Jacobani.
Let's get it up there where they can see it. Jacobina. I don't know what that means. Anyway, one thing I'll say that is negative for me about this box versus the other box is the other box was
It was like,
it was themed.
yeah, and
It
they
was-
had like a card on it that explained everything about Peru, like told you little facts, told you everything that you were getting.
Yeah, it was like National Geographic of snacks.
It was really cool.
And I thought that was really cool. And it was great sharing that with the kids. Share because food is culture and be able to understand that kind of stuff and teach them from different things around the world. This just seems like a box of random snacks from around the world. And I contacted them to see like, hey, there's no rhyme or reason to this box. They're like, yeah, we're trying out something new with this. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan. I think the whole, and maybe for you, it doesn't matter. But we really liked the themed concept. It worked great for being able to teach the kids and teach culture and that kind of stuff. And this does not do that. This is just a box of treats. Cool treats, but I like the themed stuff better. So what are we going to try first?
Okay, I want to try the thing that we showed them first. This. Let me open it.
Which one? Got to show them what it is.
I did.
Oh, the Jacobina. Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Here's one. They look like mini crackers, like you
Those
would
are-
have with coffee.
Those are tiny.
Are they? I think they'll be salty. Maybe they'll be sweet.
I think I'm. Oh, there it is. Like, am I missing part of it? Am I missing the other half?
No, it's all in. Kind of bland, like something you would have like.
That's like savory.
That's what I thought it was gonna be. Almost reminds me of like a pie.
Hold on. Bella. Come here. Whoops. It's hound approved.
Now, what do you want to try?
I don't care. You pick the next one. I gotta wash my mouth out after that. This is still dry. Let me answer some questions real quick. Pick the one you want. Get some electrical tape. We do have some on order. It's Cozy52 here in Georgia. YouTube says, where's Mrs. Bear? She's picking up the youngest cub from Awanas. Unfortunately, he gets out about the same time we start this, so there's a little crossover there. Michael says, treats. Molly Beagle's in the next room starting to get excited. I know. I used the T word. Mayor says, I should have shut down my IG account. I would, but I've shut down my IG account. Okay. Mike says, at my local Harbor Freight, the 72 U.S. General is on sale for $1,500 and also having a big sale on the top chest for ITC members. I heard recently from someone who might know these things. Let's say they're a part of the deep freight community, that the top chests for U.S. General have been, that managers have been authorized, some managers, and I think all the district managers have been authorized to clearance them in anticipation of the boxes coming out, the Series 3. The rolling boxes have not been authorized yet, but I've heard that they can go 30 to 40% off. Don't storm in there and be like, I heard from the bear that you can get 40% off, and I want my 40% off. All right? It's not a right. It's not in the Constitution that you get 40% off U.S. General boxes. But I'm just saying that I heard from a little bird this could happen. And if you sweet talk your way, maybe offer them some tasty snacks from somewhere other than the United States, things they can't get. Maybe.
Sometimes.
Maybe Bella will eat Mom and Griffin. Anyway, maybe it'll happen. All right, what's the next one?
Choquito? I think we got this one last time too.
Yeah, I think this one came from the Peru pack. I remember I liked it good enough. Warm and sunny Arizona cute hair L.
Thank you.
See here. That's a pretty good candy bar. After that, let me see if I can pull some focus on that. Maybe not. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Give you on a bite.
Here's, you heard the rustle of paper and chocolate. Poof! He appears. You're Baz the dog.
Did you not like that?
No. I'm worse, Dad.
Worse than a dog.
Very good.
It's okay. Has hints of a, what do they call, $5,000 bar or whatever, $5,000 or
$1,000.
No.
$1,000 grand.
1,000 grand,
100 grand.
100 grand bar, whatever. Not quite as good, but not
It's
bad.
something you would buy on a road trip.
Can I sip after you go?
It's my drink for sure.
Okay, John Potter, pick the next one. John Potter says hi. Ray says, have a good trip. What's the best 12-volt system? The best is probably Milwaukee. Is it the best for the buck? Depends on what you're doing. I've got some Milwaukee, but I have a lot more in the Skill 12-volt system. I really like Makita's, but it's really pricey. I'm not in the Makita system. The new DeWalt stuff is excellent. The Harbor Freight stuff, the Hercules stuff is pretty darn good. If you're doing, but it leans heavily towards the mechanic side. So if you're not doing mechanic work, it's not great. But if you're doing mechanic work and you want best bang for the buck, that may be a way to go. I think that's it for the 12-volt stuff. Stay away from the rigid. They're never doing anything with it. All right, what do we got next?
Milky Bar.
Milky Bars. All right, hold on. We got to hold it up so they can really see it. The Milky Bar. 80 awesome things to do with Milky Bars. I don't know.
It's from Nestle.
Is it? All right, let's see what this thing is. Let's see here. Miss Carol's in the house, aka the princess.
Ooh, I don't think you're gonna like this.
Are these are the smoothies? Hold on a second. Anyway, it says pass one out to Griffin too. Finally got my place set up here in Alabama.
Thanks.
Roll Tide. Also, with your comments, I would recommend a grid heater relocation if you've not done so. I have not done so. Where should we relocate it to? All right, ready?
Yep.
1, 2.
3.
That's what they look like, by the way.
They're like little tablets.
Yeah. They're little drops of white chocolate.
He doesn't like white chocolate. I love white chocolate.
That's all her.
I didn't really taste anything.
Give it, come here.
No, there's
Pick
not
one.
much to taste.
Pick some.
Pick one, Griff. Liquor samples from Saudi. Oh, I'd like to see that.
What is
Oh,
this?
let's see here.
I guess we're getting this.
Yeah, give him mine.
All right, hold on. Let me read a couple more here. Hi from warm, sunny Arizona. We talked about that one. The Junktown Craftsman has got a big jump in viewership on YouTube. Went from 350 average views to 2,500 on my newest video before today. That's awesome, dude. That is great. Let's see here. What else? Where was I? There we go. Are you going to live stream your trip to Vegas tomorrow? We might do some of it. Can't do the whole trip. It's actually we're doing half. We're going halfway tomorrow. We're going to stop somewhere in the Salt Lake-ish kind of area, and then head on down the next day because we're not trying to kill ourselves. And then I will be at the National Hardware Show. I got to tell you, the first time I went was fantastic, and then I skipped a year, and then COVID happened, and then I went this last year. It was terrible. It was there was no one there. SK was there. As I said, no one was there. And the Great Works was there. They actually had a pretty good presence. There was a lot of barbecue stuff there. I might go just for the barbecue stuff. Maybe we'll do that. All right, what do we got up next?
Nano Rame Rasaya. Rasayanaya?
Here, hold it right. If you hold it right here, even with that, then they can get a good look at it. Okay?
Sorry, my hand's really shaky.
It's all right.
This one's from Indonesia.
She's terrified of me, aren't you?
This one's from Indonesia?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. All right, open it up. Your daughter is beautiful. Excuse me. Your daughter is beautiful like her mom.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, she is.
Thank you.
I would like to think she's beautiful like me. I definitely think she gets her hair from me.
Dad?
What are these?
I don't think you're gonna like this. I don't think I'm gonna like this.
Yeah, I don't think
What is
any of
this?
us are gonna like these.
These are weird. Is that like
It's
a
sticky.
face?
It's sticky.
Is that a face? It is a face. It's like a look. It's like a Spider-Man face. Look at the screen.
It's
Oh,
it's
it
more like a
is.
smile.
That's terrifying. I don't want to eat this.
What? It's a turtle.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Eat it.
Is it good?
Mm-mm.
It's like sour kettle corn.
Mm-mm. I'm not eating that.
I'm gonna pass on that
I'll
one.
give it to me. I'll put it in the trash.
Have fun with that. You can put it in the bag.
That's terrible.
Griffin, you're not allowed to pick anymore.
That
What?
tastes like the southbound end of a yak
Mmm.
in heat.
Oh.
Oh, get it off.
It tasted like caramel.
But like
That's just wrong.
sour kettle corn.
Yeah.
Sour.
That's a
kettle corn.
great description. Sour kettle corn that has gone rancid. That's what it tastes like.
Almost has a hint of ranch in it.
With a face on it.
That might be. I hate ranch, so that was a. Try at your own risk.
Yeah.
Kulit Jarok.
I
don't
don't
know.
even want to
I don't know. And I like Indian food and stuff like that, so I'm assuming it's an Indian. Did you say it was? Wait, you said it was Filipino?
Indonesia.
Indonesian. Indonesian food I go back and forth on. There's some Indonesian food I love. There's some of it that's just not my thing.
I like whatever I like. So.
You like
Candy.
macaroni and cheese.
I love macaroni and cheese. That's
And,
not.
and that's about it. If it's not beige, she doesn't want to eat it. That was beige.
That was beige.
All right, what are we eating now?
Okay, I've had these before, but I've only had the fruity kind. It's the Milkita.
Oh.
You got to
these are
hold it up here.
Milka.
Milka. I think they're from Japan. We bought them in a shop that was from.
Is there enough for both? Or wait, those are different
There's
flavors.
three,
There's
yeah.
three.
So I know you don't like.
I'm
vanilla, you guys
I'm
like
gonna have the chocolate version here.
It's
Okay,
chewy,
one
so
sec,
you
let
have to
me-
like suck on it and then chew it.
It kind of it got it focused for half a second.
So,
Oh my gosh.
That's what it looks like.
it doesn't really have a.
So this is like a hard candy.
Yeah.
But it's like a chewy hard candy.
Yeah. I guess we're going straight for it. It's pretty good.
So far, mine has a strong hint of what are the little chocolate things you get at Halloween?
Tootsie
Snickers?
Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, Tootsie Roll. Oh, yeah.
So it's like vanilla Tootsie Roll. It's just Tootsie Rolls.
Slightly harder.
Yeah.
So I gotta suck on them.
All right, let me read some things while we work through this. Mmm. All right.
Ooh.
What's wrong? Did you lose your picnic basket?
Maybe.
Don't say bad things like that. Matthew says, thanks for the response. The 4 amp hour charger kit now ordered gives me more freedom to see a good tool only deal. Yes, that is awesome. So once you're in the bagger line, then you can snipe those tool only deals that come out every so often. Oh, you go to the store in Branson. I love Branson.
You want to pick this one?
Crackers.
Next, you're going to need a gift pack from Clearasil. Oh. Mayor says, I go to Renaissance festivals and have been on 3 Texas Renaissance Festival pirate cruises. That sounds like fun.
A
Yeah, it
pirate
does.
cruise?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like a Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
I
I
got
love
my
the
first knife at a
swords and the
Renaissance fair.
shields.
What?
I got my first knife at a Renaissance fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want fencing at a Renaissance fair.
Yeah,
Yep.
with Duncan.
Homily says, howdy, y'all. Good evening from Tennessee.
Man, these things are cheap.
Fred says, sorry, had to switch computers. What gives on lumber? Prices are going up.
Again?
Lumber mills are pulling back, trying to bump up the price of their lumber, because that way, if they don't produce too much, then they can charge whatever they want. And housing, the latest housing numbers, new homeowners came in, and they were positive. So they haven't gone down, they haven't flatlined. I'm not saying they went up by a lot, but they did go up. And so based on those two correlations, futures have jumped up. So there you go. Moderate Man says, I live in northern Utah in Logan. Yeah, we stop in Logan all the time.
Good place.
Generally, though, when I'm stopping there, I usually try to stop on, if I'm headed south, I want to stop on the south side of Salt Lake. So I would stop down near Provo. If I was headed north, I'd stop in like Ogden. That way, the next morning, I can usually bypass most of the rush hour traffic. Fertile Craftsman says, evening Bears flying half got me sick, so I couldn't go with her to Florida this weekend. Her constant runny nose. The missus has been sick all week, and we've been trying to keep her at arm's distance. She's over there glaring at us right now.
I hug her all the time, so I don't know what they're
Yeah.
talking about.
Mike says, as soon as I heard Eleanor saying nano nano, I thought it might have been Mork from Mork. Mork from Mork. That's the other one. What's Mork from Mork? I don't remember Mork's thing.
He's crazy.
And it is, Neil says, if you want me to read your comment, it says right down here. That's it. You don't have to do a super chat. Doesn't hurt. But anybody who puts that comment down there, that way I know you're talking to me. You're not just shouting or talking to each other and stuff like that. How's the shop coming along? Poorly, I'll be honest, because it's such a sieve to get the place heated. It takes an hour to get it up to working temperature. And unfortunately, we've been so disorganized with getting ready to leave. It's like I'd get it heated up, I'd be able to do a couple hours work, and then I have to go do something else. And I can't leave the heat running because we're using a propane heater. And so right now it's just a giant storage unit, really. We got the quad project rolled in there. I got a new table saw project rolled in there. We got most of the tools brought down there, but it's not ready to go by any means. Bear, help me out. Why is it a smaller Cummins has higher horsepower and torque, and a larger Cummins has lower horsepower and torque?
Wait.
I don't know. The way it's geared? Don't know. I imagine it's the gearing based on what it's going to be used for and how they rate horsepower in that application. How we rate horsepower is actually kind of stupid. What are you doing?
The card writing on the bottom of the screen.
Of course it is. Why would I ask? Di says, youngest is home, so where is Mrs. DeBear? Frozen outside? Are you frozen outside?
I'm here.
She's glaring because we're eating treats that she can't have.
Yeah.
She can't do gluten. It's been really bad for her lately. So, all right, next one. What are we doing?
Griffin picked this one out, so if it sucks, it's his fault. Skyflake
Why is everything my
crackers. Well, the last one you picked out was not good.
Okay. I didn't know.
Well, that was a little too close. Sorry about that, y'all.
All right.
There's only two. Oh, there's three crackers. Yay.
It's almost like they knew the three of us.
One. I'm guessing this is gonna be like saltines, and I'm really.
This is like matzah.
Three.
Ready?
Yeah, go.
It's a cracker.
I don't like crackers.
I think those might be Filipino.
Maybe.
I'll share one with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Pour one out for my homies.
Wait. Do crackers have gluten in them?
Yeah. Where did that? There was a question there I just saw there. Do you think the economy is ever going to return to its pre-COVID state?
Maybe.
Will it? Maybe. I think there's a lot of forces out there who are doing their level best to make sure it never does. They're trying to undermine the middle class and create an economic gulf that separates the rich from the poor so that we have a economic class-based society like the rest of Europe and the rest of the world. But what do I know? I'm just some guy sitting in his house in Montana. All right. Roy says, thanks for all you do. Really appreciate it. Y'all have helped me educate me on so many things. Always see what the bear has to say before I buy any sort of tool. Love you all, Tennessee. Thank you so much. John says, DeWalt 2 5 amp hour batteries for $138. That's 42% off on Amazon right now. Man, those batteries are expensive, aren't they? Oh. Hey Bear, have you heard anything about Craftsman coming out with a 56 volt, 42 inch zero turn mower? I have not. I would be surprised to see them come out with a 52 volt because or 56 volt. That's kind of Ego's area. I would imagine them to do 60 or 40 or 80. Tom says hello from Maine. What do you got for us next?
Royal Grand luxury cream wafer rolls with
Let's say that one for last. Let's do these. That's a big box. Okay.
Big box.
We'll do these. Wafer rolls. No high fructose corn syrup. Well, these are going to not taste very good, are they?
So this is Dad's
Oh.
fault.
I can't. You get into that. I don't have. I will just rip that thing to shreds and it'll go flying. She's going to also.
I'm not. I'm good at this.
Ever tell you about the idiot issues we had in Kuwait with an engine dyno? I don't remember that. Hold on. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Well, these look interesting. Ready?
Mm-hmm. It's a normal wafer.
I haven't even gotten to the chocolate.
Just like Nutella.
It's not bad, but
It's a cocoa wafer, very subtle flavor to it, with a nice little chocolate filling.
It reminds me of the Aero bars we had in Canada.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Fred says, hold the bank. The housing market is on its way down. Food is 20-25%. Our gas prices are just shy of $3. Ammo, forget. You know what? And I showed in the video, I showed that housing prices are looking down, but there's more houses. Apparently, they're still invested in building new houses. And as long as they keep building the new houses, those companies have to buy wood. Well, if they keep buying wood, and the sawmills keep slowly producing wood, prices are going to go up. Oh, he crashed. It was terrible.
Damn.
What's next?
you like special effects.
Those are already done.
All right.
Somebody edited
I'm
that
gonna-
and made
I'm
special
I'm going to pick
effects.
green.
Green's your favorite color. Well, I like blue more than red. Red is on the feeling.
I don't
Red.
know what this is. Is that it?
What is
This
this?
has
Is
blueberries
it-
on it. I think that one has leche on it. Yeah, it's leche. Or maybe.
I
This
can't-
looks terrible.
Figure out the language.
Well, I'm not gonna
Chinese?
try.
Kind of looks Korean. I could be wrong.
You want me to show them the actual one?
Whoa!
Oh, careful, Dad.
Oh, they're little round hard candies.
I think mine's like.
Right, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
That's kind of sweet.
Not
You
bad.
didn't eat yours.
Nope.
Yeah. See, he waits for us to tell him if it's terrible.
Yeah, that's a no.
It's easy to chew, but it kind of has a cough.
Easy to chew.
Yeah, I'm chewing mine, but it has like a cough medicine taste.
Pretty sure mine was cilantro flavored.
The top layer was good, and then the bottom layer was not
so good. All right, what do we got next?
We have Maui. Meow meow.
Meow meow. Maui. Maui.
And there's cats.
Meow meow.
So it's meow meow. Artificial chicken flavored crackers. There's legit a picture of a chicken on there. There is. It's chicken. Also, by the way, the packaging here, this is standard for us up here. Anything we get that gets shipped in, because we're at a higher altitude, it puffs up like this.
Oh my gosh. It's very puffed. Hey.
Oh, deflate. Oh no,
See it.
gosh. Tres.
It smells like
Chicken.
no.
I'm actually a vegetarian. I can't eat this.
What is it? There's a thing that I recognize, but I can't tell.
It's a puffed cracker.
That's what it. Pringles. It smells like a Pringle.
That's a no for me.
You know what it tastes like?
A Pringle.
Those chicken soup cups.
It does.
Insta soup. That's what it tastes like.
Oh.
Which honestly, I'm not mad about.
I'm
Cup
not
of
about. I don't like that.
The cup of noodle.
Let's see what the hound says.
It's actually
Hound
pretty good.
approved.
Can I have another one of those?
Oh, it has wheat
There
flour
you go.
in it.
Oh, thank
Here's
you.
another one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I still
Tastes
don't
like soup.
it.
I keep expecting to feel the texture of a noodle.
I ate another one. I still don't like it.
All right, is that the last one?
Yep, this is the
All
last
right.
grand.
Here, let's show them the box.
Okay.
Royal Run.
Le Grand
I
Royale.
don't think you're gonna like it.
Coconut.
Cream.
Coconut cream. I like coconut.
Oh, you didn't like
I
it.
thought you didn't like coconut.
I love coconut.
Okay, go. Last.
I used to get coconut.
Sorry, back glitch. Hope you had got my message about your comments.
Don't litter.
About whether moving the heater thing. I did see that. And also, is it the 68 RFE or the HO with the AISN? I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's the HO. Because I remember seeing AISN somewhere, but I don't remember where I saw it.
I hope you like these because we got a lot.
I don't know.
We have 2 boxes.
Ooh, it smells like coconut. These are wafers just like the other ones. Boy,
They have like a green
coconut is
inside.
strong.
Green.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it
1,
does.
2, 3.
Doesn't taste like coconut.
If you like pina coladas, taking walks in the rain. That's what it is. This is a pina colada on a stick.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you.
Mama Bear's mad at me now. Because she loves coconut and pina coladas. But this has gluten. I'll take another one of those.
I'm sorry.
Oh, are these all gone?
Mhm.
I was going to mix it with that.
Yeah.
There was only 3 that came in there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It came in, what you call it? This
Oh
box.
my gosh, it was 3 of them.
Can I give half of one to the dog?
No, she doesn't need this. And the
Yep,
mine's
it's
hollow.
green.
Are they
They're
hollow?
Mm-hmm. It's the coating.
All right.
That's all.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, what is what one was your favorite?
Probably. I really like the where is it? Oh my gosh. The crackers. That was my favorite.
What was your favorite?
She loves crackers. Griffin, what was yours?
The chicken stuff, actually.
What was your
The
dad?
chicken chip.
I would say for me it's a tie because it's different to sweet and savory. I liked the chicken, but I also like the coconut.
Yeah, the coconut and the chicken. What are your favorites?
The chicken is really good.
Yeah.
I did not like the chicken.
Mm.
I'm a vegetarian. I can't.
Hey, no. Stop. It's great.
All right. Thanks to trytreats.com for checking that out. We'll put a link to it later down under the video. Thank you for Eleanor and Griff for hopping in. Are you guys tagging out?
Yep.
All right.
One sec. Let me back up here.
I'm just stuck.
I'm being driven out.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's get back to the question. Thank you all for being so patient.
Did you try?
Any update on the U.S. made Craftsman sockets wrenches? No, and they've said that they're whirring things away and that they're full steam down there, but I have not seen them and they've not told me when to expect a date to see them on store shelves. And yes, I have asked them point blank that question. For those of you who are also asking about the brushless tools from Hercules, early February is what I heard. Ferno Craftsman says, I don't get the horsepower thing either. My tools must have been rated against tired, worn out horses. Yeah, tell me about it.
I thought somebody had a suggestion about that in the comments.
Thank God there are tons of GF food out there. Chris says, the tool bearer, often imitated, never duplicated. Humley says, after you mentioned that they should be out last week, the only mention of the new U.S. Milwaukee tools is on their site. Jeez. Wafer rolls, they are wafer thin. What you doing there?
I'm reading comments.
Okay. Read your comments. Don't breathe on me.
When he's sick next week, you'll know what happened. We'll see how snarky he is in the comments tonight.
You know how
Jeremy-
snarky I get.
Jeremy
I can't help
Sinclair.
myself. You should try that. That's delicious.
I heard your winning endorsement. You know,
Oh.
if it hadn't been licked on, and I might have tried it.
I can wash it off. With the economy like it is, what do you think about buying precious metals right now? Okay, let me roll back. I would not buy silver. I know a lot of people, everyone keeps going saying, people have been saying silver is going to explode for decades. It's never exploded. It hit its high in 2011 and it's at half that now. It never really jumped all that much to begin with. We actually were invested in silver, and when we bought our house in California, we sold all of our silver because it was at like $20 some an ounce.
Yeah.
And that'd been the highest it's been in a long time. And you know, at first I regretted that we sold it to get the house, but I'll tell you what, it hasn't made a huge comeback. Gold hit its peak, or had hit its original peak in 2011 during the housing crisis and everything, and then it went back down. And then it went back up, and gold is now above that peak, just barely, but above that peak, whereas silver is still down. Fact of the matter is that when it comes to investments for metal, silver just does not perform. And I'm sorry, I know lots of people like silver. I personally prefer silver over gold. I don't buy gold things. I don't like, overly flashy kind of stuff. If I invest in precious metals, as I tell people, I like to invest in brass. You know what I mean? And, somebody made a comment on my video going, if you want to invest in, gold isn't a hedge against inflation. It's an investment against, the money crashing and becoming worthless. I'm like, money crashes and becomes worthless. That means society has collapsed. If society collapsed, no one's like, there's a bunch of people over here with food, and you've got a bar of gold.
Which one of you think?
Do you think they're going to trade you their food for your gold? No. Worst case scenario, they're all going to come over and beat you up, take your gold, and make shiny
And be
things out
fat
of
and
it.
happy with their food
Yeah.
and your gold.
Hence, I say the real hedge against the, ultimate downfall kind of thing. Again, brass, seeds, learning how to make alcohol.
Yeah, seeds.
If only there was a book you could buy
I know this guy.
where you could learn to make alcohol.
I'm like married to him and stuff.
Oh, is he that best author of the best-selling book in
Yep.
the world on how to make moonshine called
Sure
The Home
is.
Distiller's Workbook? Your guide to making moonshine, whiskey, vodka, rum, and so much more.
That's the one.
Is that also the one where you can go to thedenatools.com/shop and buy your ebook version, or go to Amazon and buy the paperback?
Yes, it is. It's amazing that you know all that. My husband's pretty amazing.
Hashtag shameless promotion. Okay, I got some shame, but I did it just the same. And it was these engine dyno used water as the working fluid
You
to
missed
pump.
his comment before
What?
that.
Oh, it was decided to rebuild the Humvee engines in Kuwait. Someone wanted a test cell to see what they made rated power. Okay, makes sense. So we tested. We needed a dyno system. We dyno used water as the working fluid to pump on the engine output, turned a wheel similar connected to the load device that measured the power put via the pipes.
How could that go wrong somewhere really, really hot?
Since Bauer has a cordless miter saw, when is Hercules going to have one? Soon, I think. I think that makes sense because as I did my testing, water is a great fluid for testing because it's always the same.
The system went out of calibration if the temperature got too hot, such as over 120 degrees.
Well, that could be a problem.
Most summer days, the temp in Kuwait was well north of that, plus the energy the engines put into the system. So this expensive thing could not be used more than 3/4 of the year.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if there's anything else. I don't think so. So I was right. You were.
Fred says here it isn't houses. Here that everywhere I can see it's new apartment buildings. They build stuff like that here, but they're condos. Because what they want to do is they want to make you buy your apartment and then make you pay them to manage it. It's such a scam. The whole condo thing just ticks me off. Linda says, Dead Tools, what platform would you recommend to young people getting into the trades? I think Cobalt and Hercules look like a good starting point. Well, Hercules, I would have been hesitant about Hercules 6 months ago. I like Hercules, I like Harbor Freight, but I'll tell you this. The new power tools have impressed me. They now have a complete set of core brushless high-end power tools. They have batteries from 2 amp hours up to 12 amp hours. They have standard. They have 21700 high outputs. They have a 5-year warranty in-house, 3-year on the battery. It's hard not to consider them. I put them in what I consider the Value Pro. I use a 5-level system. We use high-end professional, Value Pro, prosumer, DIY, and then entry level. And I would put them in the Value Pro, Metabo HPT, high-end rigids. There's a few other the brands that would go into that area that I would put them up against. But I mean, if you look, like, it almost did as well as the Flex impact driver that costs twice as much. So that's something to take into consideration. And I've seen other tests where it's been beating everyone else. But you know what else? Ryobi HP or the Ryobi HP system. That's a great entry level prosumer, high-end prosumer, almost a Value Pro kind of system. And I know a lot of pros who use it and are more than happy with it. And it's a great budget way to get into the system. What else is a great starting one here? I want to give a third system to look at. We talked about Flex is too high-end, too expensive. Well, the Metabo HPT I talked about, lifetime warranty, lots of great discounts, lots of great sales. So those would be my 3 suggestions. Would be the Metabo HPT, the Hercules, and the Ryobi HP line. Anything else? What's your recommendation?
Every time you kept pointing your fingers, I kept thinking about this little piggy went to market. That's
She's
my brain.
sick.
I'm a little loops guru right now. Marine X, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat.
Marine X in the house. Got to check out his channel. He's just been crushing it over there. Great content.
Thank you for the super chat. Door kicked in. I can't believe I made 4 battery systems work. Milwaukee 12 volt, Metabo Power Max 12 volt, Works 20 volt, and Metabo HPT 1836. Years of the bear. Year of the bear?
Year of the Bear? Is it Year of the Bear?
No, I think
Should be
it's
Year of the Bear.
Rabbit. I don't understand the last part, but it just could be that I'm tired and my brain's not working.
Frank says you need to tell us when it's candy night so we can all have candy too.
You guys can always bring your own candy.
No, he's not wrong. My bad. I should have warned you all. That sucks to sit there while watch somebody else snack on tasty things, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's terrible. In my family, it happens all the time. What? You want food? Sure, I'll cook food that I can't eat. I'm not bitter. What?
You have to get into kombucha. It's the bomb. Yeah.
Okay, I have heard that from so many people, and I have tried it.
It's not the bomb.
I can't get into it, but
we're glad you like it.
Super glad you like it, and I'm still willing to retry things because, you know, if you don't like it the first time, maybe the 27th time, I might like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Message me privately. Who said that about kombucha? Tell me what you love about it. Like I don't get it. So send me an email.
Her mom is super into this sort of stuff and has been constantly pushing us to try stuff like that.
Well, there's like health benefits, stuff like that. But seriously, I am open to all kinds of food thoughts, kombucha thoughts.
I'm not. YouTube says like and subscribe is gluten-free, sugar-free, caffeine-free, fat-free, diet-free, and it doesn't a thing. And the best of all, takes a button and you don't leave the live stream. He's right about that. You can click the like button right now. It's right over that way. It's over that way.
I just did it.
It's right down there. We'll give you a second. Everyone click the like. Come on. I'm watching. I can see how many likes there are. You haven't clicked
Okay.
it.
Nope, the button.
You?
Yeah.
Second row in the back, red shirt.
Yeah.
Haven't clicked it.
Push it.
There's some person there sitting in the red shirt going, how does he see me?
We have eyes
Nice.
everywhere.
Lisa says, I like the 24 volt. I think it's got a lot more potential than 1820. It's not that much different. I'll be honest. I have Cobalt stuff. They sent me stuff years ago. I tried it. It's a smidge. It's basically one more battery. The Flex stuff, they do the same thing. It's all right. Again,
Armrest.
you're gonna steal mine. I see how you are.
We're married. It's not
Looks
stealing.
like trouble in the making
Sharing.
with Mama Bear. Oh, with you away. Yeah, well, we caught up to that. Beal says, got a new 12 volt Hercules battery charger. Said had full charge, be dead on a tool and put it back in the charger. Now it's working fine. That's nice that it can fix the battery. And Mater says, U.S. General 72 boxes and some others are on clearance right now. See, he's seen it too. Fred says, on your trip to Vegas, do you think you're going to run into snow? Your trailer is already down in Vegas. Trailer is already in Vegas to avoid situations like this. I don't have to run into snow. I'm in the snow.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
It's snowing
So-
again?
No,
Oh.
not snowing again yet. But today when we were out and I was doing some last minute errands with my mom, I think most people know that my mom is blind. If you don't, my mom's blind. So I narrate a lot of things when we are out and about, like, hey, this is what's going on. And I'm like, just so you know, Mom, I know you can't see this. There are people skiing down the street.
Yeah.
They were cross country. They had their skis on. I think they were going to the park. And it wasn't like they had them on their back, like they were skiing down the street. So excellent exercise.
So they don't plow anything except for the main streets through town. So that's like maybe 10% of the streets. The rest, you're up on your own. Eventually they might get to you. So that's why people can ski down the streets, because they're pretty much still covered in snow.
I feel like I've already lost where we were. Sorry.
I was just checking to see if there was any weather. I checked Bozeman and West Yellowstone, and where else?
Well, and
Pocatello.
yes, we're going to need to check Idaho because it did not look good.
It's cold, but I didn't see snow.
Well, you know how I am in being geographically challenged. There was somebody who had posted because her husband was a trucker and he was stuck. Like they were completely stopped because they had closed the highway.
Yep.
And so she was looking for information about if she could get into the cameras to see what was going on.
That was up near Coeur d'Alene.
See, you say these words like they would make sense to me. Anyways, my point is, it sounds like some of the highways are shut down. So we should double check before we leave.
Ms. Carroll says, to tell Mrs. DeBear that she says hi.
Oh, hello.
That's Princess Jamie.
Oh, hello.
Michael says, like the old song says, put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up. Ha ha.
I just have to say that I'm envisioning that you're watching our show in a super cute shirt. Mrs. Carroll.
Mama Bear was eating coconut flavored treats. She wishes.
I do. I love coconut. I think it's amazing. I actually just heard about something that I want to try when we go back to Vegas. Can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it is a dessert that's like a cream cheese filling that's got strawberry preserves in it, but it's made in a corn mold. So they freeze it, and then when they flip it out, but part of it is like graham cracker. So I will have to not eat that.
Yeah. How long does it take to drive to Salt Lake City? 6 hours. It's basically 2 hours to West Yellowstone, 2 hours from there to basically the Utah border, and then 2 hours from there down through Salt Lake City.
My concern is just that we get through West Yellowstone. That's always like the triangle of the world.
Once we get down out of West Yellowstone, we're pretty much safe. At least during the winter. Then during the summer, it's from there. That's where it sucks, because now you're going down. It's getting hotter as you go, much hotter.
Yeah.
What's the deal with DCK Tools? Do they make Bauer? No, they don't make Bauer. I know the company that makes Bauer. I've done videos on it.
Hi.
I've not used the DCK Tools.
Excuse
Hi.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, the Labradorus interrupt us. Hi, someone needed loving. Yes, you are my favorite Labrador in the whole world. Everyone knows
She's
it.
like, are there more snacks?
Nope, stop. Oh, get down. Okay, okay. Home.
She's like, well, there's no snacks. You're delicious.
Do you
It's
need to go
great.
outside? Is that what you need? Did she have dinner?
She did.
So,
Don't let her lie to you.
Griff,
Yeah.
Labrador, outside.
He can't help you right now. He's eating those chicken.
Are you eating my chicken crackers? You bugger. Those actually were pretty good.
I heard.
I could eat them like a meal. You should try one.
You will be in the car with me dying tomorrow. All of us will be there.
Jennifer says, pet peeve. So many new electric tools, but no good basic single edge razor blades.
Like, work pro?
But I think she means the razor blades themselves.
Is that what you mean?
I don't know. Tom Truitt says, I think I saw a bedside pouch to hold keys when traveling. Did I see that? A bedside pouch to hold keys when traveling. Did I see that on your Father's Day or Black Friday? I don't remember that. Here, you can have the rest, Griff. Thank you. That was nice of you. I don't need them.
Bedside pouch.
I don't remember that. I'm intrigued, though.
I washed something like that in my laundry today.
Kill King 110 says silver is a good wealth investment tool. Should stay as that. I don't think it even beats inflation. Look at it in 20 years. Tell me that it beat inflation. I don't think that it did. So that means it's not a wealth investment tool. It's not even a inflation mitigating tool. Today is at $23 an ounce. Frank says, I have 2 bear books. Ooh. And Mater points out that you are not dressed properly.
I know. One moment.
She's not feeling well, though, so we give her a break for that. Fred says, are you seeing a move to... What? Can't help myself. Are you seeing a move to move tools from China to other countries? Yes. I'm seeing a lot of production being moved to India, which so far has not been a good thing from what I've seen, and to Mexico. Silver did hit a high of $50 back in 2000. Sad to say, I sold all my silver and gold. What are... Oh, dinos. There we go. Yeah. So in 2000, it hit $50. And what's it at now? Yeah. That... And gold is at an all-time high. I'm sorry. I know people like investing in silver. They don't want to do the gold. Gold's a better investment. It just is.
Shut the door, Elle.
Actually right now what's probably a great investment is probably Bitcoin.
Thank you.
Because it's way down. Are you seeing a move? All right, we just read that one. When the stuff hits the fan, people will trade food for hooch. Yup. That's why I've got a lifelong skill that I know will be valuable.
Well, you can also use it for fuel.
And it's harder to make for fuel, but it can be done. And you got to have like a carburetor, unless you're mixing it with. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
Why are you?
I know. I stopped. Mike says you're right about silver. No, it doesn't necessarily have the highest investment, but it's much more obtainable for the common man. I don't know. You can buy gold in smaller pieces. Maybe I should do a video on that for the other channel because I get it. I like silver. We used to have a ton of silver. I just have not seen it perform, and then when I went back and did the research on it, it never really has. But I like it. I like collecting it. You know what else I like collecting? Pre-19 is it 84 pennies? Or is it 82? 82, 84. The one where they're mostly copper. I got buckets of those things. Craig says I ordered the Milwaukee Fuel 12-volt installation drill driver kit. I already have the flex hammer drill, impact driver wrench. What other Fuel 12-volt do you recommend I check out? The one-hand recip in the 12-volt fuel is way better than the standard non-fuel version. Hiram says, thank you, Red Bear. Believe it or not, the channel Knowing Better social studies guys are the only 2 people trying to explain that you can't eat gold. You can't. And it's it's a great hedge against inflation, but it's not even a great investment in general. It is legit just a hedge against inflation. You want a real investment, and I'm not even sponsored by them. Is the precious art? There's a company out there
Oh yes.
that they actually reached out to me, and I hemmed and hawed, and I said, well, I'm not interested right now because it was around Black Friday, and I'm not going to do ad. I'm supposed to have a call with them at some point, but anyway, they do the thing where they basically treat art like a REIT, which is, for you those who don't know, REIT is a real estate. Well, I can't remember the acronym. It's basically you take real estate and you break it up into chunks and you sell it like stock. And they're doing that with works of art, fine works of art. They'll buy $100,000 pictures and then they'll sit on them, and then a year later, if the value of that's gone up, then they'll sell it, and everyone gets a piece of whatever gets sold for, minus their interest and stuff. And the reality is, art's done really well, and the reason is because the rich keep getting richer, and the poor keep getting poorer. So if you're going to target a market to sell things to, you want to target the people with money, who've got more money than sense, and are willing to overpay for a picture with a bunch of oil paints on it.
I don't know. Have you seen Rail 9222 tonight?
No.
9222.
We know who you're talking about.
Their neighbor, I think you posted a video last week, had a terrible fire, and I was just hoping that they were okay. So, anyways, still thinking good thoughts for your neighbors.
Are condos like timeshares? Kinda. You just live there full time and still pay the overhead. I believe that timeshares are actually a version of condos. Legally speaking, Infernal Crasp says the best way to invest in metals is to sell tools to people digging them out of the ground. That's how the people during the gold rush made all the money. Them and Levi's.
I was gonna say jeans.
Actually, probably the best return on your buck for metal right now is ripping copper wire out of abandoned buildings. That
He's
would be
not
illegal, and I'm not
suggesting
recommending
that
it.
you
I'm
do
just
that.
saying facts being facts. Zach says, any chance of Bauer offering a circ saw with blade on the right of the motor? Oh, I see what you're saying. Didn't they just do that? Maybe I'm wrong. They just came out with 2 new circ saws. So let me see where I'm at here with those.
Matthew.
Nope, they're both on the left, which is fine because that's the way I like it. I'm sorry.
Matthew says, at the Den of Tools, save me from condos and HOAs. I can't get out of this apartment soon enough. I was unfamiliar prior to buying a home. Are you okay?
Yeah.
What HOAs were. And now that I have a better understanding, run away far, far away from them. Don't.
When we bought our house in California, it was not part of an HOA. Luckily, the HOA had gone out of business. But when we rented in Vegas, the house was part of an HOA, and
Stop.
No.
Sorry. Go ahead. Carry on with your HOA story.
There's no one in there, is there?
No, Ellen
there
is.
is.
Oh, Ellen
is
is.
in there.
Okay.
Sorry.
So anyway, the HOA. So the place in Vegas wasn't an HOA, and we've got more complaints, and it had to be our neighbor who was complaining. There's kids' bikes out front. That can't be allowed.
There's like a, what do you call that?
There was a half wall covering
a
the front
half
of the
wall.
entranceway.
And so we put the garbage can there so it would be easier to take it out, and you could see like that much over the top of it, like the top of the blue can. And I think we must have gotten 5 notices about that, like every month. I'm like, it's garbage day. What do you want me to say? I'm taking the garbage out. It's ridiculous.
Anyway. Yeah, and they're trying to turn all of Paradise Valley up here into an HOA, and all of Livingston into an HOA.
I'm not
and
listening. I'm not listening because I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
Nope.
People trying to tell their neighbors how they can live. Patrick says, I'm curious if Hercules will come out with a brushless, cordless ratchet. I would imagine that at some point that they will. But right now they're kind of filled up on the ratchets, and now they're trying to fill other stuff in. So they've got some catch up to get up to the level of the amount of tools that like a Milwaukee and stuff has. But at some point they'll get there. Zach says Cobalt XTR, which is an excellent choice in tools. Miss Carol says, I know pros that use 24-volt Cobalts. Yep. She says, I look at tool duty cycle when tool purchasing. What? What? You use like logic? Cha. Don't you know you're supposed to look at the color of the tool and be like, that's my tribe. I bleed that color. That's how you think. Year of the Bunny. You know, a long time ago that would make, not that long ago, but when I was younger, that was a different connotation. Would you like another drink, sir?
Family channel. We're moving on.
Years of watching The Bear. Kilkey says, did you hear Panera created a charged lemonade that a large has 480 milligrams of caffeine? Good
Wait,
grief.
what?
Caffeinated lemonade. I don't need caffeine in my lemonade. I
am who they're marketing that to. I need all the caffeine.
I will say
all
this.
Of it.
I have thought about coming out with my own like energy alternative drink to soda.
Like, oh, I was thinking like Jolt, but worse.
No, I was thinking like a health food version, but with all the caffeine and
I
with
think
the
there
better
is
sweeteners and
one out there.
Is there?
It's called a Lotus drink. But
no, great.
whatever.
See, that's a stupid name.
Right. I'm thinking your people are not going to drink something called Lotus drink.
No.
Yeah.
Call it Colt 45, Long Colt 45. There we go. That won't get us sued.
I had a totally inappropriate name picked out.
Yeah, bet you did.
Yeah.
What's up, lab dog?
She's
You
like,
okay?
I'm back
Come
for
on.
more lovings.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. She's like, I
So-
smell your sweater.
This may be a stupid question, but I've seen a 12 amp hour Herc battery. Can all the tools take all levels of battery, or no? You can put the 12 amp hour on any of them. I'm gonna bite you on the snout. Ah, boy, your breath stinks. Get down. Your claws are digging into me.
She's like, but I love you.
I loved you. Oh my gosh!
Yep.
I felt like
She
I got
gets
taken by a shark.
excited.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got her.
She's like, I'm back. Just so you know, I'm not done yet.
Whoa!
Hi. Hi. Up.
Ow, Simba! I will pick you up. You don't like it when I pick you up. I will pick you up.
She just gets a little nervous.
Ah, that's my face. Okay. It's okay. Yes. All right. So,
Oh,
there you go.
no.
Let's get her in a headlock.
Oh, yeah. She is loving that.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right. Oh,
Hopefully
so-
that's over.
yeah. Sorry
For a
about that. Labrador intervention time. Aaron says, Jeff, have you seen or have any information on the Sears Craftsman Pro Series table saw that looks like the Delta? There is one for sale that needs a capacitor. Is that an easy fix? I don't know. On some motors, a capacitor is an easy fix. In fact, I was just talking to another guy, a tool guy locally here. I don't know a good solution for a motor that could fix most table saws, like your general purpose kind of motor. If you guys know a good solution that I should recommend to people, let me know down below. But I'm sorry, Aaron, I don't off the top of my head. I think I know the table saw you're talking about. Actually, I think it was made by Emerson, the people who make Rigid, if I'm not mistaken. So you might look look at Rigid table saws, find the one that it matches, then you should be able to get a replacement motor or capacitor based on that model. You'll probably get more information that way. Greg Crocker says, well, you had your treats. I had some of my wife's homemade chocolate chip cookies. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yep.
All right. We are past the top of the hour, which means I have to take a second and say thank you to everyone who helps support the channel here. That is, first and foremost, all our moderators. That's everyone with the cobalt blue wrench behind their names. If you're one of the mods and you've got a channel you want to promote, put a link down below right now. So hopefully one of you all can be like, hey, appreciate what they do here, let me go check out your channel, give you a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment, maybe even consider subscribing. You can do that. You can also subscribe to this channel. That's allowed. But that said, I want to thank them so much for always being there and helping out with the channel. Also, I want to thank everyone who supports us with the super chats. That's, when it pops up and says so-and-so donated X amount of dollars. We really appreciate that. It makes us feel like we're loved, like we're truly loved. And also, especially to everyone who supports us by being a member. You guys and gals are fantastic. That's everyone with the bear behind their name. You all are the wind beneath our wings. You're what keeps us going here and keeps us coming back for more on these live streams. So we really appreciate you being part of the family. Yeah, almost every Sunday night. We try to do it as much as possible. That reminds me, we got to swing by the shop and grab the satellites tomorrow before we leave so we can have internet when we get to Vegas.
Are we doing that tonight?
We could do it tonight or in the morning.
I
Either
figure more we get done tonight. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're going to be running wire in the dark. Okay. Looks like we're going tonight. Looks like a funny movie coming out, Cocaine Bear. I saw that. Oh my gosh, that's like the next Snakes on a Plane, isn't it? I'm going to watch it, of course, because I have to, but...
Did you hear about that drink that combines Diet Coke and champagne? Tom Hanks has talked about it, and a number of other people, and apparently it has the same name as the beginning of that movie that starts with a C.
Great.
But apparently it's like amazing. I don't drink champagne, so I don't know.
Fred asked if I've seen the tire socks. They replaced tire chains. I have seen them. In fact,
Tire socks.
Yes,
Okay, I totally misread that the first time. I heard soaks. I'm like, how does soaking your tires? Okay. I'm tired.
There's another channel, TRL. Is that it? Truck Review, like Fast Lane or whatever it is. They did a comparison recently with them. It's not something I worry about because everything we have has 4-wheel drive. Garrett says, I have a Ryobi HP grinder. It heat protect when I press hard cutting granite. Are the other HP grinders all the same motor rating? Don't want to have 2 battery systems. I don't know about that if they're all the same. Pressing hard into granite. You really honestly shouldn't have to press hard with a grinder because the grinder should be the wheel should be doing the work for you. If you're pressing hard enough to get it to heat up, then there's something else going on. Maybe you're not using the right cutting disc or something like that. The other thing is if it's just not hitting hard enough, then maybe look at switching to a corded if you're going to be doing really heavy duty kind of stuff. So yes, dear.
Marine X clarified the last thing he said wasn't years of the bear. It was years of watching the bear, which makes so much more sense. And I am so sorry that I did not see you corrected that right away and I just didn't see it. So thank you so much. And thank you again for the super chat.
Antimatter Fear says, which gas-powered chainsaw would you recommend? I'm tired of low-powered chainsaws. If you're, first of all, as far as electric chainsaws, if they're low-powered, that means they're probably like standard voltage, like 18, 20 volt, 40 volt, 60 volt, 56 volt. Those are decent chainsaws. They really are. They kick up right at the same level as gas does. But if I had to buy a gas chainsaw right now, I would either buy a Steel or a Husqvarna. Those are the two I would go with. Yes.
When you're done with that comment, I will.
I'm done.
Okay. I do not know how to say your name, but I super appreciate you. And I said Idaho, but it was actually Wyoming that's having the closures.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. It was Nodir Sadikov. So I totally botched and butchered that name, and I really apologize. So tell me how to say it right. He says that Wyoming eastbound I-80 closed for 48 hours.
Whoa.
So the worst part is the person who I saw the information, her husband is a trucker, but he was feeling terrible for like 4-wheelers, just regular cars on the road that are stuck there. So thank you for correcting me and my severely directionally challenged self. Andre 777 777 super chat. Thank you so much. The BMS required to change lithium-ion batteries. Are BMS required to change lithium-ion batteries? One of the cells exploded overnight, but all of the cells were hooked directly to the connector. No BMS.
Battery management system.
Okay.
And yes, anytime you're making a battery pack, you should have a battery management system. Because otherwise, one of the cells can get out of...
Charge. Okay.
She's catching up here.
I am. My brain's a little slow.
One of the cells can get out of balance.
Yeah.
Because that's what it does. And that can create a catastrophic failure. So battery management systems can be very elaborate. They can be very basic. But you should have some sort of system in there. It also prevents overdraw, drawing the battery down too low and ruining the cells as well.
So, that being said, is everything okay? Because it exploded overnight.
That sucks.
Yeah.
As per your advice, Bullwinkle says, I did purchase the Hercules 8-inch variable bench grinder on sale a couple weeks ago. Yes, it won out over the Delta. You were thinking about the Delta. Delta is a great one. Jet makes a great one. Who's the other one that I really like? Starts with a B. They just came out recently. Oh, I'm just can't remember the name. Grizzly, aka Shop Fox, makes a decent one. Win makes a great budget one. But I think the Hercules is one of the best bang for the bucks out there. It really is. Have you ever tried jellied coconut? It's awesome. I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I know you
awesome.
have.
It is awesome. And Andre says, almost started a fire. It's from a toy truck. Super
Ooh.
glad you are okay.
Lithium fires are bad.
Yeah. So, super glad you're okay. Kind of a bummer, but glad you're okay.
Fred says, we've had snow off and on since yesterday. We've had snow on the ground since Thanksgiving. Unreal. I'm loving the snow. We had the snow on the ground through Christmas, and then right after Christmas, it melted at our elevation. But 100 feet higher than us has had snow nonstop. And now we're back to having snow. We got 6 inches yesterday. We got about an inch today.
There's more than 6 inches out there.
Okay, let's see. Where am I going? Everyone's chatting amongst themselves. Oh, you don't even need me here. That's awesome. The King says you can also make alcohol to clean wounds. You can. You can do all sorts of stuff with alcohol.
And if you're in an extreme situation, I am not a medical professional. I am not giving medical advice. Just sharing some information that's unique. Coconut water can be used in lieu of saline solution if you don't have any. And it's an emergency.
So I can squirt it in my eyes?
No. Do you squirt salt water in your eyeballs?
Isn't that what saline is?
Yes, but I was thinking you meant like wound cleaning.
So yes, you do squirt salt water in your eyes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep,
Mhm.
you could.
And that's why I'm the doctor.
I was thinking like IV, not squirting it in your
For those
eyeball.
people who don't know, I do have a doctor's degree. I granted it to myself. I'm a doctor of doctorology.
Yeah, a doctor of
Quiet nurse.
bull pucky. Of shenanigans. Shenanigans.
I'm trying to swallow
up
here.
in this.
Trying to swallow. I do not want to spray soda all over our friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every time you say all-time high, I keep hearing the Rita Coolidge theme for Octopussy in my head. That was a movie. Let's see here. Smaller gold will eat you alive on premiums. Buy scrap jewelry instead. Yeah, don't buy it for the jewelry price. Buy it. You have to buy it at scrap, otherwise you'll lose. Jewelry is a great way to throw money out the door. Any market for Cobalt 60 futures? Do half-lives matter? No comment.
Mater's Workshop joined. Welcome to Tool Bear.
Hey, how many months?
It just said joined.
Oh, I thought he was already a member. Justice Garage says, Dentals, I have learned that lifelong skill and enjoy your books and the stories. I also collect copper and those pennies. The price of copper will continue to go up. It has to. Well, the other thing is copper has other uses as well. Linda says, Data Tools, do you think Stanley Black & Decker have too many brands? Should they sell off like they did with Goldblatt? I do. I think they should give me the Porter Cable brand, and I will do something right with it. The Tractor Supply clearly is not done. And actually, I think Tractor Supply they're just buying it from they haven't like given it to them. They're just selling it through them. I think they should get rid of the Porter Cable brand. They don't need two mid-tier brands. I think it should just go. It needs to get sell to somebody else who can put it to use and do something with it. The Rage of Cages says, hello all. My friend owns a piece of a Charizard this way.
Oh, that's interesting.
For those of you who don't know, that's a Pokemon. Don't ask me why I know that it's a Pokemon. Fred says, that's why we built a pantry in the basement. Papers, cans, glass, no boxed goods. We're getting bins to put the boxed goods in, sugar, etc.
Yep.
And Gallagher says, I paid 27 an ounce for silver a month ago, and today I tried to dump it, but it was only 23 per ounce, so I hung on to it. Tom says, I found it. It was the leather valet in your great... Oh, yeah, that thing's awesome.
Yes.
Headed to Spain for work and want something to put the rental car keys and stuff in. There's a great way. I'm a big fan of being organized and always having a place for stuff so you put everything in its place. Unlike other people who just put things random places and then wonder why they can't find them later.
I would just like to say that if you check the news, Marie Kondo, which you all know who Marie Kondo is, after she's had 3 children, is thinking... she's not really going to be on top of it as much anymore. I'm just saying. Life
was
happens.
she the organizer person?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the like, if it doesn't bring you joy.
Yeah.
Which I think
Maybe
is
she's gonna
actually
do that with the
totally
kids.
valid. No. You keep the kids. That's why God makes them cute and look just like you.
They don't look like me at all.
They look just like me.
Bella, do you look like me? Nope.
She is completely passed out. She's like, I've had food, I've had snuggles, I've had pets, I'm out.
Yep, that's her trifecta right there.
Yep.
I've eaten, I got lovings, I got to go outside. I'm good.
Yep.
Time to crash in front of the heater.
Yep.
Rich from Idaho. Thanks for the lumber price heads up. I'm headed to Home Depot tomorrow for a planned trip. I will be stocking up on lumber for the spring projects. Michael says, ripping copper wire out of active substations makes for a better display.
Yes.
I think you'd be shocked at how much they don't like that.
Yeah. Shocked.
Shocked.
Matthew Ryan, welcome.
Woo!
Member. Woo!
Wow. Mater and Matthew all in one night. That's awesome. We're trying to make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Women got a lot of gold in Alaska. They had a commodity men who had seen women for a while were willing to pay top dollar for. Yeah.
That's where I thought you were going with your comment earlier, but
HOAs are modern Nazis. They're a little special. They are. I don't know if I go that far to call them Nazis, but boy, they just love to. What's the word I'm looking for that the informants the Nazis would use? Anyway, this whole apartment BS is the government doesn't want you to buy houses anymore. They want you to rent. Well, that is one thing I am looking at because all the stuff that's going on. So here's the deal. The largest purchaser of single-family homes for the last 10 years has been corporations. And it's only been like that once in the early 70s when they tried it. It didn't work out and they bailed and they didn't try it again. Well, it's all part of this. We don't want you to own. You're going to rent the things you need and you're going to like it because we tell you you are. Yes. You're going to like not owning anything and paying us monthly.
hey, let's not scare the children.
Sorry. Yeah. My intention is to buy as much land as humanly possible to leave to my children. What is there a drone about to nuke us? Oh, we're going dark. Anyway, the whole priest jokes, Daddy. No, thank you. Scribble says I'm on like 6 HOA boards. We make sure people get new roofs, trash picked up, parking lots paved. Junktown Craftsman says Mossberg 500, 590, or Remington 870. Tax returns on its way. I would go with the 500 or the 590. I prefer to buy a used police version in the 500A, which is get the wood stock, all the good furniture. I picked one of those up. Every once in a while, I always run across them. The best way to do it, find the local gun stores in your area that A, buy guns, and B, specialize in black rifles and tactical stuff. So what happens is somebody inherits one of these guns, and then
They don't care.
they don't want it because it's grandpa's stupid old gun. So they take it to the local shiny gun shop and trade it in so they can buy an AR or whatever their tactical gun of choice is. And then it ends up on the used rack in the corner for jack squat because they just want to get some bucks for it. Best way to buy shotguns ever. I bought some of the most beautiful. I bought two Mossberg Police used 12 gauges. I bought a French 20 gauge side by side that was just beautiful. I bought a Beretta semi-automatic 20 gauge that was gorgeous. All of them for dirt cheap. Just that way. Okay. Let's see here. Rail says there were no injuries in the fire, but the house is toast. That sucks.
Wait, what?
He says there were no injuries, but the fire, but the house is toast.
Yes, real. Sorry, I thought we were still talking about the battery thing, and I'm like, what? So I'm glad that they're safe. I have been praying for them.
Richard says, there's an HOA in Boise fighting over a guy cutting down branches and saplings. Sounds like the guy was cutting down weeds. HOAs suck. I know Scribble or Skrill, whatever his name is. You're on HOA boards, and I'm sure you're a great guy. And there's lots of great people who run great HOAs, but there's enough people out there. That's the thing is, it only takes one person to really turn an HOA bad, because they make it so toxic that the good people eventually leave, and then it just gets filled with their friends. You have to fight to keep an HOA to be a legit, a legit source that treats everyone the same. And ultimately, what I've seen is everyone I know who's lived in an HOA community or who still lives in an HOA community is unhappy with it. It's just all there is to it. And then they do stupid stuff. They get into little power trips with people. That's when it gets really, really bad. Fred says, forgot, here in Colorado, we have one refinery. It puts out around 300,000 barrels a day. Well, thanks to the EPA, they shut it down. I hope it's only a short time. Yeah. Gotta keep those prices up. Chris says, I'm looking to make a permanent move from New York to South Carolina, but you're so right. These HOAs scare the heck out of me. They're all over the place down here. I can mow my own lawn. Let's see here.
Sorry for all the coughing tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Tim says, picked up a Blackhawk 45 LC 45 ACP last week. Need to do some plinking now. Yeah, I was just like, I saw a yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it over to
Yeah.
it's a 3-hour drive. I don't think that's gonna happen before we leave. Anyway, fast lane trucks. That's the one. Thank you, Princess Jamie. Any more details about why Home Depot stopped selling A-Swing? I did reach out to some contacts I had, and my confirmation, what I suspected was what they told me. They said they don't know exactly, but that's what they're guessing, is that there's higher margins on the Milwaukee and DeWalt stuff than there is on the East Wing. Simple as that. They make more money. And then it also matches and aligns better with their branding core principles. That way, if somebody goes through the store, they can see, hey, our top two are Milwaukee and DeWalt, and then everything else. Although I hear whisperings that DeWalt's contract with Home Depot is coming up this year, and that Home Depot is thinking about ditching them. That will be very interesting if it becomes, if Home Depot doesn't carry them. Fred says, I'm not sure on this one. A hunter, I believe, in Montana, he was killed by, looked like a black bear. I just don't understand how hunters let a bear get behind them. Oh, bears can be really quiet when they want to. And often what happens is a bear will be in an area slumbering or just hanging out, and you'll walk through their area, and you don't know he's behind you. You see these big open vistas and stuff, but like a lot of areas, there's a lot of trees, a lot of scrub.
Or you kill an animal.
Oh, and
And
the
the-
smell of blood.
And the bear's like,
Yeah, you're sitting there
thank
gutting
you
it.
for delivering knack-knacks for me. And I will eat you too. I mean, it's less, but it is still a
Two great tastes that go together.
yes.
All right. Let's see where we're at here. What's your take on automotive fire extinguishers? Any recommendations? I think everyone should have one. And we use, what's the brand we have? Starts with a K, doesn't it?
I can just see the box.
Yes.
It's,
It's red. The red ones are probably the
it's
best.
in the red box.
Yeah.
But
I'm spacing on the name.
But I absolutely every vehicle should have at least one. We had a situation on New Year's where somebody was using gasoline for a fire and it got out of hand, and it was not in my car. So yeah, he's looking it up because we can't remember the name.
I seriously can't.
Dun, dun, dun. But yes, you should absolutely have one. And I know that they usually are kind of small, but take a couple, get a really big one.
Oh, do a Google search or a YouTube search after this for the car explodes Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
That was toasty. First Alert. Why am I thinking First Alert starts with a K?
Well, that's why I just smiled.
Because we buy the Kirkland brand? I don't know.
But yes, that is the one.
I will admit, I am not by any means, shape, or form an expert on fire extinguishers. I've run businesses. I know that you have to get them replaced every so often. I know the residential ones are different. They use a different kind of canister. I know you need to use a different type of fire extinguisher for different types of uses, and that's very important. As far as which one's better than the other one, I don't know. I know First Alert is a trusted brand by lots of people, so I just buy the First Alert stuff. Not sure why I thought there was a K in there. I usually get that wrong, so it's not surprising.
A whole bunch of people are chiming in with Kid or Kitty, K-I-D.
Kitty, that's the one I was thinking of.
Which I actually think might have been the old one before I replaced it with the other one.
Yep.
That's the other thing. Make sure that your fire extinguisher is not expired.
Yeah.
That's another safety tip.
No snow in Huntsville, Alabama, or San Antonio. Not yet. It's coming. What do you think of off-name brand batteries for the EcoSaw from Amazon? I have seen decent off-brand batteries, but I've never seen them that perform as well or better than the full-name ones. I think you're better off trying to find the name brand ones on a good sale than buying the off-brand ones. Francis forgot we had a big cat in the mountains killing pets and living up by humans. A hunter finally took him out. Now everyone is screaming about it. Oh my gosh. The people, they need to get their priorities straight. I love these people who don't have a clue about these kind of issues, and that they want to weigh in and tell people that they're doing it wrong. Well, you should have just relocated. I'm like, do you know anything about that? No, you don't. Okay. Ever heard Ask Dr. Science? He has a master's degree in science. Does he now? That's it. Dr. Science has a master's degree. Is your doctorate like Jill Biden's? Maybe. Mayor said I just renewed. See, I told you he was already a member. I was right, as usual. Because
No one argued with you.
I'm a doctor.
No one argued with you.
You
Do not feed into his delusions.
You had
people.
argument face. Well, I don't know about that face. Kill King says, fun fact, most households are in the Orr Peninsula area kept bottles of strong liquor around to keep wounds clean so people didn't die from infections. I've used liquor for that sort of thing. Whatever that was.
Oh, it's just a little bit of my slobber.
Frank says, I did Pokemon Go for about a year. Wow. I tried it for a couple days. And
Somebody I know that's an adult is like super into it because the kids are always stoked to hang out with that particular person.
Who's that?
I can't remember who it is, but it's an adult.
It's not Amanda, is it?
No.
Okay.
Although I would not be surprised if Amanda was in the...
Yeah.
But no, it's like an adult, and they're like, want to go do blah, 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 and the kids are like, yeah.
What tool is it that's sold overseas but isn't sold here? A lot of them. Most of the Panasonic line, or Panasonic isn't sold over here. Not used to be, but it's not anymore. I'm trying to think of the other. There's a line of Hitachi that's
There's one that's in
not Hitachi.
Australia,
Makita.
and there's one that's in Canada. And I can't think of them.
I can't think. Where was I?
We were behind.
Pokemon Go. How long do you predict it will be before the lumber prices start to lift off? The futures have already taken off. So I would imagine in the next month we'll see reflection in the stores. We'll see that old Kaczynski cabin is for sale before taking a spot with an HOA. No doubt. I might be living in that cabin right now. I'm not going to say. Fred says, thank God we don't have an HOA in this housing area. And just to say, HOAs are not the only ones that can be evil. In our town, we currently live in the oldest residence, the oldest building. We live in the oldest building in town, in the county, and the third or fourth oldest in the entire state. But we're not part of the historical district or any of the historical labeled buildings in town because they decided to do it based on neighborhoods, historical neighborhoods, rather than individual houses. So you can go and see these houses that have placards on them, but they have to be in an approved neighborhood, and we're not in an approved neighborhood, sweetheart. So that's why your house isn't. But her house is. The woman who runs the historical districting, her house is most certainly. Of course, it's the oldest house in the neighborhood. I point out our house is older. Well, no, because it's not, because ours is in an approved neighborhood. I'm like, your house is like brand new compared to ours, lady. Anyway.
Yes, we're not fans.
Yes. So there's Karens everywhere. Mater says, I agree for buying pre-owned pews. I bought a pre-owned Ruger Mini 14 with tactical stock and other upgrades for less than a new one. Always buy pre-owned when you can. As long as they're in good shape, double check for stuff like that. But usually stuff like that, they've got quite a life on it. We talked about fire extinguishers. The best fire extinguisher of the type that can be refilled and serviced. Anthony says, I bought an Amerex B385TS 2.5 Helitron Class A, B, C fire extinguisher and bracket. I'm trying to have a mix of necessities, tools, and whatnot in my fiance and I's 2023 VW GTI. Sounds like a fun little car. Any opinion on ultra-light plywood that Ron Polk promotes on his channel? Same number of plies as Russian birch, but lighter. I've not had a chance to use anything like that, so I can't really say anything. I know the way he likes to build, though, is he builds everything basically like a torsion box, right? So it's all basically, its strength is built off the piece next to it, which built off the piece next to it, and then combines as a whole. So in that kind of case, it may be perfect for what he's doing. Fred says, for homes trailers, you need a Class ABC. Don't need a Class D metal fire. Yes, check your pressure on your fire extinguisher. So they're so cheap. YouTube says, I'm excited because I just got a copy of a book. It's the Home Destroyers Workbook. Wow, that's a coincidence.
It's awesome.
Michael says, need to step out and commit an act of dog maintenance. I can see that. Can you still get tools from those products that don't sell tools in the U.S. easily? Usually you can find them on eBay. Like the entire Makita line of only sold in Japan, you can buy all of that on eBay. You pay a premium for it. I'm working on let's call it a thesis, actually, about being able to buy tools from overseas. And it's probably going to wait until the end of February, though, before I publish my thesis on that. Probably better off not being part of a historical district. Anyway, I bet they have rules that make HOAs seem like anything goes. They do have a lot of rules, but it depends on whether it's a preservation or a conservation district. It's a preservation is usually easier. They're trying to preserve the look and feel, the essence. Conservation means you can't change anything in your house. You want to change that light bulb, we need to approve it first. Preservation is like you keep the facade the same, you keep it looking the same, you keep the spirit, but then you can add on in the back, you can do other things. I've actually worked with several preservation conservation boards. I wouldn't live in a conservation area. Moderate Man says, do you play Watt 3D? Do you play Watt?
Do you play with 3D printers at all?
I'm like World of what? 3D printers.
I am like the queen of like typos, so that's why I could translate that.
Yes, I have several 3D printers. I've got lots of them. I might have a problem trying to quit going through a 12-step program. I'll do the thing where I was really in 3D printers when they first started coming out. And then I built my own, did this bunch of stuff, and then got out of it, then got back into it, then got out of it, and got back into it. And she's seen it up and down, left, right, and probably doesn't want to see me bring home another 3D printer ever again.
Love you.
Love you. Fred says, is all booze clear when you start out? Yes. Well, clear-ish. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it should all be clear until you start aging it, and depending on what you age it in and what you mix it back in. If you're making a liqueur, there could be more carryover if you're doing a single. If you're not like, there's different ways to make a liqueur. You can make it at high proof and then bring it down to a liqueur, mixing other stuff in, or you can brew it at a liqueur strength, in which case you'll get more carryover, in which case it will not be clear, but it will also not be. Anyway, there's variances in there.
There's a long answer in there.
Yeah.
We
are caught up. It's 7:40, and we got to get ready to leave. We got to pack. We got to apparently go get a satellite dish, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to cut it right there tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everyone who is one of the mods with the Cobalt Wrenches there. We really appreciate you all. Again, show some love to them. Go check out their channel. Thank you to everyone who supported us with Super Chat tonight. You all are fantastic. And thanks again. Big hugs and much love to everyone who is a brother bear, sister bear here in the family. One of the monthly members there. Again, if you're interested in that, there's links down below. Also, don't forget to check out our other channel, which is, wrong way, right there. Check out our new channel, The Deal Source. You can jump on your llama and head to the source, Deal Source. Check it out. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on. Well, that got her excited, didn't it?
She's like, what? Where are we